My name is Sarah. Welcome to the It's a Sarah podcast. Today it is Friday, March 3rd, 2023, and this is episode, let me think, I don't know, 58 I guess, 57, 58. I'm a bit out of my weekly routine after the February month, but I guess it's one of those. I thought it would be nice to do a little introduction. It feels a bit like a fresh new start after the whole February month filled with daily episodes. So let's do that again. My name is Sarah and I'm coming to you from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutch English. I love to knit, I love to crochet and I love to talk about my knitting and crochet. So I share my handwerkperikelen, that's a Dutch word for crafty adventures, every week with you. I shared it once a week. Every Monday I uploaded 2 episodes, one in Dutch and one in English. And last month in February I thought it would be nice to do a daily episode. I always see other knitters do that in December or October, but those months are too busy for me to try something. But every year I thought, would I love to do that? And then I thought, let's pick another month. And February was kind of a boring month to me. An empty, grey month, last month of the winter here in the Netherlands. So I could use some distraction, I guess. And I really enjoyed doing it. It was such fun to make daily episodes. And I really thought before I started with that maybe at the end of the month I need some motivation, because it takes quite some time every day, and I thought maybe it will get a bit boring after 2 or 3 weeks, but it wasn't. I enjoyed it so much, and it was really so much fun to do and to share with you. And I was absolutely flabbergasted by the amount of sweet words and lovely comments and all the messages. And yeah, it is so special. I think I said it in my last episode, but it's so special when you are doing something with all your heart and with so much love and fun. Talking about knitting and crochet, I mean, that's what I love to do, and other people love doing that too. That is yeah, I really my heart is jumping since Tuesday, I guess. I'm so happy, it's so nice, and it gives so much positive energy. So I decided that I would increase my episode routine. I don't know if that's the right sentence, but so I do not only want to make an episode on Monday, but also one on Friday. And it has several reasons. One of the reasons is because I really want to make shorter episodes, because I can't stop talking. When I start talking, I can't stop. I just talk and talk and talk. There's so much to tell about your knitting and crochet. I mean, every day I discover new things or make mistakes or whatever. I can talk for hours. And I thought maybe when I do that in 2 episodes a week, I can make them a little bit shorter. But I'm not sure. maybe they will be both long. I don't know. And the other thing was, what was the other thing? I had another reason. Because it's so much fun. I really enjoyed filming those episodes and playing with all kind of stuffs, and it was really fun to do. So when it was Wednesday and I had I had all day for myself, I thought, what do I have to do now? Can I make any episodes? Oh, please, can I? And it was okay because I could knit, and that was nice. And I could clean. Oh, that's maybe nice to tell. I also share cleaning episodes, and maybe one day I will share them on YouTube, but I'm not a very good cleaner. I'm a knitter. Knitters want to spend as less time on cleaning as possible. I really appreciate a nice clean and organized house, but I wanted to do in very little time, so I have a lot of time left for my knitting and crochet. I think I'm not the only one who wants it that way. So I have quite a strict daily and weekly routine here in the house. They are quite fixed and working pretty good to me. But the extra things, they are not in my routine, and I want them in my routine because our home needs that. And also it's not only that our house, our home needs that, but I need it too, because it gives me such a good feeling, and I really experience that it's good for my body. As well physical as mental, I guess, because when I alternate cleaning with knitting, it's good, because when I'm knitting I'm sitting, and I love sitting and knitting, but after a while my back says, hey Sarah, stand up, do something, I don't want to knit all day. It's only my back saying that, but I feel it. So that's the only thing I feel. I never have pain in my arms or shoulders or whatever, but my back, and it's just because of the position you are in. When I do a little task and then sit and knit for 15 minutes or 30 minutes and then do a task again, it works better. And also for me it doesn't work to work very hard in your house and then as if you deserve it, give yourself some knitting time. Now, I don't have to deserve my knitting time. I deserve it always. Even if I don't do anything else, I deserve to do what I love most. So I absolutely start my day always with knitting or crochet. Now, not really start. At first, I make breakfast for my children and I make a cup of coffee. And then I start with knitting or crochet, because before I did that, time flew by, there is always something to do when you have a household, or there's always something dirty, or there's always need to be cooked or whatever, or laundry or whatever, and I don't even have a job, so I have all that time, but it never ends. So you can work all day without having time for doing what you really love. And I don't do that. I don't go there. So I alternate. And that works pretty good. And I share my huishoudperikelen. So not my crafty adventures, not my handwerkperikelen, but my cleaning adventures. I share them on Instagram. And I have a separate Instagram account. It calls Huiskamervlijt. And a few days ago I searched for the English word for that, because it's I played a bit with Dutch words and made the word Huiskamervlijt. And in English, I think vlijt means diligence. Diligence with the diligence. It's a bit as cleaning diligence. I have really no idea. Google Translate told me that. I have really no idea if that's really a word that you use, but it's a bit of a funny cleaning diligence. But my Instagram account Huiskamervlijt is in Dutch, but every day, and I didn't do it for quite a while. I started with it before summer, and it's a bit of a motivation for me. Sharing my cleaning adventures is a motivation for me for doing it. And I want my daily 15 minutes routine back, based on the Fly Lady method. So you have zones, and every day you do 15 minutes in that zone, and that's all, and that's enough. And when you do that for weeks, for months, then it's also very good. You don't have to clean for hours, you only have to clean extra for 15 minutes. I do other things every day, so it's not only 15 minutes. And then then your house will be bright and shiny, and you also have knitting time. So I'm a happy person then, but I don't know, I dream of that. But to get that in my routine, I share it every day with on my Instagram. And I make a funny little video and a funny music, and it's quite funny because I feel often not motivated to doing that stuff, but when I'm filming myself, I have fun, and then it's okay. And so that's why I use it. It made me think, if I wouldn't make knitting episodes, would I? Maybe I wouldn't like knitting at all. No, that's not true, but. So I will share the link down below, and even if it's in Dutch, there's no talking. It's only the caption is in Dutch. So, but maybe there's a translation button. I don't know. But maybe you also feel motivated. I feel motivated when I see someone else cleaning. So maybe one day I will make cleaning videos too. But I'm not experienced enough for that right now. Not that I'm a very experienced knitter, but I spend more hours knitting than cleaning. Okay, I'm getting warm, so my shawl can get away. Let me start thinking. Where shall I start? Oh yeah. I have a little thing behind me, and let me start with that because then I can wind. These are a pair of leg warmers, and last week, you could have seen it in, maybe you have seen it in one of my February episodes, I reorganized my sock basket, and there were also those leg warmers in it, and oh, it went wrong. Goes wrong immediately. I am really a big leg warmer lover. I don't know if you can see it. It's a bit decent, I hope. Oh, you can't even see. I'm wearing a thick panty, a thick maillot, we call it in the Netherlands. It's a French word. But I really love to wear leg warmers. And I knitted this pair a few years ago. It's a very lovely brown sock yarn. It's a tweed sock yarn. But they are not slouchy enough, I guess. I guess that's the main thing. Because of the sock yarn, they are quite thin. I made them very long, so I could... I don't know how you say it. These are really long. So you have... I can't see. I learned filming without my selfie camera, but now I have no idea what I'm doing. So maybe it's absolutely not nice to see how I am sharing my leg warmers with you. But... yeah, I think I can do it. So as you can see, they are really, really long. And then in Dutch we say schuiven. I push them down and they are perfect this way. I wear woolly socks under them, and this is really, I have a very strong memory. Me as a 4-year-old girl, when my first school day, I was wearing leg warmers too. And I asked my mother, if that's a correct memory, and she said, yeah, you wear leg warmers all the time. So I feel very confident and cozy and myself when I'm wearing leg warmers. It's really part of me. I just as the headband and my necklace and all. Yeah, I really feel nice or good wearing those. But not this one. I wasn't wearing them, and then I thought maybe it's a backup pair when my other pair is dirty. Do you say pair are or is? My pair of leg warmers are. No, my pair of leg warmers is. It's a detail. But I do have another pair of leg warmers, and that pair is a bit too slouchy. So, but I prefer them above this one. But I love the yarn. So I thought, let me rip it out. And because it's also quite crinkly now, I want to try to uncrinkle it. Is that a word? So I was trying to do it immediately on my... not yarn umbrella. Oh, yarn swift. That was the word, I guess, on my yarn swift. So I could make a skein from it, and I would put it in the water, and then I will hang it and dry maybe something heavy under it to straighten the yarn. But it wasn't working out to do it immediately on the yarn Swift. So now I make a ball by hand. I think that's really relaxing to do. And then I will put it on my yarn Swift. And for a minute I thought, should I make socks with it? To make socks right now, but no, I wasn't feeling it. So and I really want to try to uncrankle the yarn. So that's what I'm doing here. And while I'm winding the yarn, unraveling the leg warmer, I can tell you something about what I'm wearing, because today is the first day I wear my updated Anker sweater. It's a pattern by Petite Knit, and I knitted it in September 2022. It wasn't really meant to be for me. I had some superwash merino in my yarn stash forever, and I suddenly felt the need to turn those skeins, no, they were balls, those balls into something wearable. And I really love the color, but I'm not a superwash merino person, I guess. But I thought, let me knit this sweater because I love this pattern. It's just a nice and relaxed pattern, and just nice to have that knitting with you. So I thought, let's cast on, and maybe one of my girls will wear the sweater, but quite soon they were quite clear. No, that wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't their taste. They are not from the round yokes, but I cast it on an extra small. When I would knit it for myself, I would have chosen a small, one size bigger, I guess. But when I was knitting it and they were not interested, and I saw the color, I really love the color. It's a little bit of dark green, but not really dark. And I really love the pattern, and I did a fit, and I thought, oh, I can put myself in it. It fits. It's negative ease, but it fits. So I knitted the sweater, and I was very pleased with it. But I knitted a bit too long, and now I have. Since I have these wonderful dresses, they are not really hinterland dresses, but based on the hinterland pattern. It's a modification. A really lovely knitting friend made them for me last year, end of the year. I wear them all the time. They are my knitting uniform. I have knitting lady uniform, and I really love it. I don't need anything else. I have a lot of other nice dresses, but I only want to knit my brown and black dress. For months now, since the end of the year, for a few months, I only wear them, and I'm absolutely fine with that. But it was too long, so I made it shorter, and today is the first day I wear it, and it's really, really nice. Actually, this sweater, because of the small size, I don't know if you can see it. I absolutely can feel it. It's a bit too tight for over my dress, because I feel the folds and you see the buttons into the yarn. I also have linen skirts, so I think it is better with only a long sleeve under it and not all the crinkles and the I won't say sturdy fabric, but I have really no idea what sturdy means, but I want to say it, so maybe it's right. Sturdy fabric. I have to Google that later. But I really want to wear it today with this dress, and I love it. I'm not a high neckline person. I always struggle with it. I need some air here, and but actually when I don't wear my necklace, it feels better. But I'm really attached to my necklace, so I feel a bit incomplete without. So yeah, I just wear it today, and it's working out. It's working out, so that's nice. What is not working out is my work in progress, my Fern and Feather. I finished my Felix cardigan last week. I wear it all the time. It's really a nice cardigan, but my other garment that was on my needles was my Fern and Feather. A sweater pattern by Jennifer Steingas, Knit Love Wool on Instagram. A really lovely, quite an old pattern I guess, a really lovely round yoke. two colors, a main color and a contrast color. And I, as I said, I'm not really a high neckline person, but I knitted that sweater 2 times, not in the right yarn, both in superwash yarns. The sweaters don't exist anymore. Both frocked. No, one I went brought to the thrift shop. Now it doesn't matter, but the fit of that sweater was perfect, because at the Fern Feather pattern, she gives you 2 options for the neckline, a bit of tighter neckline and a bit of a wider neckline. And I have chosen for the wider neckline, and that was very nice. So I thought, let me make that sweater again, because the fit was so nice, in Let Lopi, one of my favorite yarns. And I really had the nice color combination, and I was knitting and I was happy. I was really loving the color work and the yoke, and every time I did a quick fit I thought, oh, that's nice and it's perfect and I really love it. But February was quite a busy month with not as much knitting time as usual, so I didn't touch it for a few weeks. And when my Felix cardigan was finished, I was really looking forward to finish also my Fern Feather, so maybe I could wear it. It's quite good weather here in the Netherlands. It's bright and sunny, but it is cold, so it is actually still perfect for Let Lopi, but it will only be a few weeks, maybe not even, before it is too warm for those sweaters. So I thought, when I knit quickly, I can finish it, and then I can wear it 1 or 2 times, and then I will save it for the end of the year. So I was knitting the sleeve, and I really loved it. And then I thought, let me do a quick fit, and then it all changed. Okay. First, let me show you the colors I knit in Let Lopi. I know this colorway is called Straw, and this one I don't know. It's a very dark gray, anthracite. Is that a word? Anthracite. You can find all the details on my Ravelry page. And this is the sweater. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? I thought the original Fern Feather is a dark main color and a white contrast color. I changed that, and I really loved the result. It's really nice. It's really fine. So when I finished my bow here, I knitted the sleeves. I do have enough yarn, but I love to do that for the look. So I can fit and feel how it goes. I'm very happy I did, because there's a problem at the sleeves. I picked up the stitches for the sleeve, and then I did my sleeve administration. I really love knitting sleeves. Oh, there's so much on my, there's all the cables and all the needles, and there's a lot going on. And I just for my Dutch episode I already fitted it, so that didn't make it better, I guess. All tangled up. But I love untangling yarn. If you say that enough times to yourself, you are going to believe that. So that's really working that way for me. So I did my sleeve, my stitch marker administration, the first decrease round, and then I thought the pattern in my size told me to decrease every 9 rounds and then 10 times. So I really love working on the sleeve, and I knit magic loop, so I do choop 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 choop, and I really love it. So I was knitting, and I at one time I thought maybe I should do a fit, but I don't know, I'm knitting, I just want to knit, but then I did a quick fit, because that was better, I guess, and I'm really happy I did, because it wasn't good at all. There was something wrong here at the pickup point, where I transferred the stitches that I put on hold on a little bit of yarn back to my needle and knitting. You can see it here. I will put it on, then you can see it better, I guess. Let me see. like this. Come. Okay. Okay, let's start. You can see that I have a little bulb right here. I never have that when I pick up my stitches. I always go down half a needle size, 1 needle size. I knitted with a 4mm needle, and then I went down to I go up. I go up 1 needle size, excuse me. This is knitted with 4.5 because when you knit in a round and your circumference is smaller, you knit tighter, or you could knit tighter. It is the case, it's my... I'm struggling about all the English grammar and all the English words. I want to talk too fast and my head's going very fast, but I'm thinking in Dutch, and maybe I have to start thinking in English. There's something here, the translation process is going, but it's not as fast as I want it to be. I went up 1 needle size for the same stitch gauge as when I knit in a bigger circumference, and for me it works pretty good. So I did that, and the stitch gauge is exactly the same, so that's nice. But I really have a bulb here, and the end sleeve is way too wide. It's this part is quite tight and quite fitted, and this is not. So that's not matching. The body and the sleeve are not matching, and I don't like it. I really love tight sleeves, fitted sleeves. I'm not an oversized person. I can imagine when I would wear my sweaters on jeans, I would love a more oversized look, but I wear them on my dresses and skirts, and they are wide. I'm a small person. When I wear a white sweater on a white skirt or a white dress, I don't know, I shrink. So that's not good. So when I wear quite a fitted sweater on a white dress, it's better. It feels better and it looks better, and I grow. No, I don't grow. I don't mind. I'm 1 meter and 63 centimeters. I don't know exactly. So I'm not very small, but I'm absolutely okay with my length. But not everything is looking good on me. That's the way how I like to wear my sweaters, but this wasn't working out. So I thought, what shall I do? And I thought, let me start the second sleeve and try to do some things different. Maybe it will be better, and then I can rip out this one and knit it again. So I picked up the same amount of stitches, but did an early extra decrease in the armpits, I guess you call it that way, and I used my 4mm needles, the same needles as I used for the body. But this doesn't work out too. I can't see myself, but I still thought here was a bump, and the stitch gauge is not the same. It's a tighter stitch gauge, so it was not a good solution. And I was in front of the mirror, and it was not a good moment because it was late in the evening, just before I want to go to bed, and I shouldn't do that kind of things just before I went to bed, because I was very happy and I want to finish it. And then I was standing in front of the mirror and I thought, and then there was a little voice in my head, and it whispered, frog it. And I tried to ignore that voice because I didn't want to frog it. I really loved this colorway, and I really loved the round yoke. But the voice was getting stronger and was saying, frog it. And then I was looking and I thought, yeah, the neckline. I did choose the white option for the neckline, but it isn't wide at all. It's quite tight, and the color work really reminds me of the color work of the Avena. I knitted the Avena sweater, and when I think it was absolutely beautiful, and when I wear it, when I just stand or sit still, it was absolutely okay and it was looking nice. But when I was moving, there was happening here at the yoke, at the color work. What is happening here? It was quite a thick fabric, and it's a bit stiff. I don't know. It's here. I maybe It's not a flowing fabric. In Dutch we say soepel, soepele stof. Not drapey, I guess. I don't want it to be very drapey, but a bit drapey. This is not drapey at all. Hello. Yeah, I don't want it to be like this. So I thought, okay, let's sleep a night about it. That's a thing we say in the Netherlands. Slaap er een nachtje over. Just sleep one night about it, and tomorrow we will see. So I did some some relaxing crochets, from mental crochet before I went to bed. And the nice thing when you have several projects on your needles is that you can alternate and you can put it down without don't having something to work on. So that's very nice. And I also decided, I replied for a test knit for Rebecca from the Creabea for the Corn cardigan, and I wanted to finish one sleeve for my Fern Feather and cast it on the second sleeve and then cast on the cardigan. But now I thought, okay, let's put this away and start with casting on that cardigan. So that was a good thing. I will tell you more about that cardigan Monday. On Monday I have a little filming when I'm knitting on it, and I will tell you a bit in a moment. But I will share it in detail with you next Monday in my episode. But when I was walking in the forest yesterday, I suddenly, I was thinking about my Fern Feather, and then I was thinking, should I make it into a cardigan? Should I rip it out and knit it again, and then add some stick stitches so I can make a cardigan of it? Is that better? Because I love the round yoke, but I don't love this. I want it to be open, and maybe I can wear it with pleasure right then as an open cardigan. And then suddenly I remembered I have a pattern for a colorwork, all over colorwork cardigan in my library on Ravelry. The Ultra worsted cardigan by Skeender knits by Ellie from Skeender. And suddenly I thought that's the perfect cardigan for this color combination. I have enough yarn. Also do this in the main color and the dark in the contrast color, and I have this lovely colorwork cardigan. So that makes me really happy. I thought that's perfect. Then I have the cardigan in this color combination, and I don't have this because I know that this is not working out for me, and I really want it to be because I love the look of it, but I don't love the feeling. And for me it's so important I feel fine and nice in my clothes, and also when I'm moving, when I'm doing my house cleaning. So I will rip out this sweater, and I will also do the uncrinkle yarn test with some water and hanging drying, and that kind of stuff. And I was thinking about casting on the Ultra immediately, but then I thought, oh, spring is coming. I have so many things I can use better for spring. I have my Stria cardigan that's sleeping for all winter now, but it really is wakening up, and within a few days it will be screaming out of her project bag, finish me! I feel that she slowly get awakes. That she slowly get awake. That's how I have to say it, I guess. And I have my Corn cardigan. I want to knit a Spencer. I want to knit some summer things, and yeah. So I think I will keep my Ultra cardigan for the end of the year. Yeah, I think that's. Although I feel for the color work, but maybe there's something else. I don't know. So I will rip this out again. Fern Feather. Yeah, we are not together anymore. Fern Feather, I don't want to be together. Okay, so let me change into my other. Oh, maybe I was just finished. I am just finished. Oh, yeah, because otherwise it still will be a long podcast. I think it already is, but I just finished with my Fern Feather. So you can enjoy the look of it because it won't be there anymore next episode. So enjoy the last minutes of me in my Fern Feather. And I don't know if I will ever try it again. If I will ever try a round yoke again. I really need to make my own color work recipe. Low neckline, color work at the bottom and at the sleeves as my Maya sweater. I really love that sweater, so just focus on that. And all over color work cardigans, they are okay. Okay, yeah. Thank you for watching. I think it was my plan to tell something about myself at the introduction about my family life, but I think I forgot. So I will try to remember that next Monday. It was my plan to tell me how my family is and how my a bit of my life about next to the knitting. Actually, I wanted to share. I wanted to tell you that I won't share anything about that, but with a little bit of details. So I will keep that for next Monday. Okay, for today, I want to thank you for watching and wish you a very nice weekend. And I see you on Monday. Bye bye. So here you see one of my favorite spots in the house. It is in our bedroom. Our bed is at the left, the window is at the right, and on Fridays I am mainly here. My husband is working from home on Fridays, so it's not really working out to film on different places. So I will be on my cozy couch on Mondays, and I'll be on my happy place on Fridays, I guess. And I found a way I can chat with you and drink coffee at the same time. I discovered while making my February episodes that I don't like a chatting and drinking coffee part because my coffee always gets cold and I hate cold coffee. But now I'm enjoying a good hot cup of I'm struggling with the words. A good hot cup of coffee, and I can chat afterwards. So that's perfect. So here you can see a bit of my current cardigan. I casted it on last Wednesday, and I really enjoy the color, and I think I enjoy the yarn too. It's not the yarn I had in mind when I replied for the test knit. It was actually my plan to not do any test knits anymore, because I'm not a really good test knitter, I guess, and I also didn't want to collect new patterns. I just want to enjoy what I have. So that was my plan for 2023. But when I see this little sweet corn cardigan at Rebecca's Instagram feed, and when she did a reply, a test knit apply, I guess a test knit apply. I just replied in a minute because I need that cardigan. I think it's so lovely in my summer wardrobe. And I had quite some cotton yarn. I have quite some cotton yarn in my stash, and I had that in mind when I replied. So I'm a bit confused with the replying and applying. I think I'm not using the right word, but okay, you know what I mean. I apply for the test knits. I don't know, but I filled in the now I don't know anything. I just let her know I wanted to knit the cardigan with the short sleeves and the V-neck, and this yarn, which I'm knitting with now, is not the perfect yarn for that because it's quite woolly. It's a cotton yarn with some wool, around the cotton thread, I guess. I will show it next Monday in detail. But I'm not sure if I like to wear it on a tank top because it will be a little bit itchy, especially when it's warm. So I will knit the short-sleeved version, but when it doesn't work out, I can always rip out the ribbing for the sleeves and add some length. So I have a full-length cardigan because it really is nice and cozy for spring and autumn. Yeah, I just will do that. So I'm very happy knitting on this, and you can see, I think Maybe I discover a mistake right now. It's quite an easy stitch pattern, but but it is one which asks for a bit of attention. From my attention, at least. Um, because you have to do several things, and it's quite easy to discover mistakes and to fix them, so that's not a problem. But this is for me really a nice mindless knit. It's other than stockinette, than knitting in stockinette. When you are knitting endless stockinette, your mind, your thoughts can go anywhere, and that can also be nice. But this one, I really need to pay attention, and it works pretty good for me to count, because every count has another stitch, and that makes this cardigan a very nice knit project for when your head's very busy, or when you have things going on in your life, and it's which aren't fun to think about, and sometimes you want to shut your head down. Do you recognize that? Just stop thinking, but you can't stop thinking on specific things, and this project is quite good for that. Although that's my experience, because it's not hard, but you have to pay attention. So I can't do both. I can't do pay attention and do the hard thinking. And I'm a lucky person, so I don't have anything hard going on in my life quite right now. So it's not that I need this, but it's good to know that when something's happening, the current cardigan will pull you through. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this cardigan. I think it's not hard, because I just have to knit quite a while, and then there will something happening for the sleeves and the neckline, and but now I have to just sit and knit for a few hours to make some progress. So I really love this. Yeah. Oh, I really also am enjoying my warm coffee. I want another one too. Yeah. I'm staring out the window. It's quite nice and sunny weather. Yeah, it's really relaxing here. Really a good place. Oh, here. I'm finding some oh, how do you call them? Lucifers. That little wooden pieces which you can make fire with. We call them lucifers. Matches? Do you say matches? All our, shall I call them matches? I don't know. I call them lucifers, the Dutch way. All our lucifers in the kitchen were gone. They were all used up, and I couldn't find any new boxes. But now here there is. Sometimes I light candles, but the dark period, the dark time is over, so I don't burn any candles anymore. So these are nice for cooking. Okay. So I will sit and knit for a few more minutes. Feel free to join me. And I wish you a very nice weekend, and see you this Monday. Bye bye.